at this point, I will happily take it out of my bio, because if that's really how y'all feel, as if Donald Trump gives a damn about Palestine, fine. I will take it out of my bio. I will never speak about it ever again. Trust me, I will never speak about it again.
Earlier today, I saw a video on my For You page of a woman of color responding to a comment from someone saying, if you're going to vote for Kamala Harris, take the Palestinian flag out of your bio, because the woman was supporting Palestine and had the Palestinian flag in her bio. And her response was, okay, I'm never going to support Palestine again. And I was reading the comments and it was like, there's other countries struggling in the world. Not everything's about Palestine. If you can't listen to Palestinians telling you that Kamala Harris funded and supported our genocide, therefore we are not voting for her, therefore we are not going to support her publicly. If you can hear us say that and your reaction is, well, I don't care about Palestine, I'm never going to talk about it again, I'm never going to support you guys again, you're a really bad person and you never actually cared about Palestine. People treat politics like it's just like a trend. Like it's really cute to be like, I love Biden, I hate Biden, I hate Kamala, I love Palestine, I hate Palestine. Palestine isn't a trend because thousands of Palestinians are dying every day while you sit on your phone and decide whether or not you're going to support Palestine today. I am glad that that girl took Palestine out of her bio because she was obviously never a Palestine supporter, and if you can be that easily convinced that the people in Palestine don't deserve your support because someone told you that you're wrong for voting for the person who funded their genocide, then you really never cared, and it's really horrible. You can have your opinions on Kamala. I'm not here to tell anyone who to vote for or who not to vote for. I'm also very much not a Trump supporter. I would never vote for Trump. I don't want him to win. He also hates Palestine. But if that's all it took for you to publicly revoke your support of the nation where babies are dying, where they have the highest number of amputated children in the world, you never cared in the first place and you just saw us as a fun trend to do while you were waiting for the next big thing, that is Kamala Harris. You disgust me. And her response was, okay, I'm never going to support Palestine again.
Well, hello, it's the person of color that you saw on your page that you came over here to lie about, because I didn't say, okay, I'm never going to support them again. I said, I'm never going to say anything about it again. That's what I said, which doesn't mean I withdraw my support, which means that I'm not vocally going to be on here and be harassed by people when I say that I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris. I am going to vote for her. And if they're saying I can't vote for her and support Palestine by having the flag in my bio, that I would take it down. But I like how you want to take that over there to your 2.1 million people and just lie. But of course you didn't say who it was, but you're still a liar. You're a liar. And you want to know what's even more interesting? Is that wasn't originally in her caption. Originally, it said, in her tone in the video was insane. But now her updated caption says, please don't send her hate. This is a bigger issue than her video. Now you don't care about the harm that you could cause towards me, because you know it's an easy video for people to find. And just because you put the disclaimer, don't send her hate, after you basically said that my tone was too much, tone policing me. But now her caption says something different, as if they aren't already on their way over here, as if they aren't in her comment section dogpiling on me and talking crap about me. But don't send any hate. She's full of crap. And I really can't even stand the disingenuousness. And then she said this is a bigger issue than her. Then why did you bring me up in it? Why did you bring me up in it? You needed a perfect example of why you're so upset with the black community, and then to be able to say Mamala, so that she could be able to come on here and be anti-black as fuck. That's the only thing she wanted to do. But now she's trying to cover her tracks. I already got the screenshot from her basically tone policing me, talking about the tone in the video. Please don't tag that hussy on my account. I would really appreciate it if y'all didn't. She's already made a video about me. If she needed to see anything else, I'm pretty sure she could find it on her own.
A woman enough to do it, but you were a woman enough to make that video. You're turning to your friend because you need her to help you speak, don't you? You need her. Did she help you make that video yesterday?
No.
Did she help you? Oh, she didn't give you a stamp of approval? Maybe she would have let you know that you did it incorrectly. So did I say those words? Yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
I'm not going to speak to you if you're going to speak to me.
You don't have, no, I don't have to be respectful for you when you took me to your 2.1 million followers and then you want to come on here and play a
I'm not going to speak to you.
You don't have to. Okay. Well, you want to tone police me yet again after you did the wrong thing.
If you actually want to have a conversation.
Because you don't like being called out, right? It doesn't feel good when you're being called out.
Can you just
no, you relax. You relax. Don't tell me to relax.
It's like, how are we gonna? Please, I just want to talk.
I don't care. Because the way you did it was wrong. You should always run everything you post by your friends, since you need to run every word that comes out of your mouth, Pastor, like you are right now. And I don't care about you being frustrated and feeling like you're being attacked. What about me? You don't care about that because you're only centering your cause and what the hell you want. But you don't want to talk to me because you don't have that passion.
I do want to talk to you, but does this feel like we're talking?
Answer the question. Did I say that I will never support Palestine again?
Did you say
I asked you a question.
Did you say you're going to take it out of your bio and never
Didn't they ask me to take it out of my bio?
Okay,
And
but do you know what people ask me every day?
No. Oh, please stop it.
Do you know what people ask me every day?
I don't care. Listen to what I'm saying. When you made your video, you said, "I'm glad that girl took the Palestine flag out of her bio." Please let me say what I'm saying. You literally said, "I'm glad she took it out because you're not going to listen to Palestinian people when they're telling you that we do not want to vote for Kamala Harris because she is funding our genocide." Please let me finish what I'm saying. Please stop trying to cut me off. You brought me up here to talk about your video.
Yes,
so let me talk about your video.
I brought you up here to talk about your video.
So I want to talk about your video. No, you want to drive the conversation to make yourself look better. You want to drive the conversation to make yourself feel better. Can I finish saying what I wanted to say?
I'm not here to feel better.
Because why are you on here talking about it? Because you care.
Oh my God, I just want to say one thing. I'm just going to say one thing and then I'll unmute you. I'm going to say one thing and I'm going to unmute you. I'm going to let you finish. I said in my video and my follow-up video, those were not Palestinian people telling you to take Palestine out of your bio. Those were not Palestinian people. We are Palestinian people, and we would never tell you that. Palestinian people are literally begging anyone to support them. Anyone to support them. I get insane comments all the time telling me not to support gay rights, telling me not to support black rights. There are very racist people. There are people co-opting every single movement we have, telling us not to support each other. Palestinian people did not ask you to do that. I'm going to unmute you now, but I had to say that because you were saying something that wasn't true. And that was that Palestinian people were telling you to take that out of your bio because that's not true. And actually, one more thing. I said I was glad that you took it out of your bio because it seemed like you didn't care about Palestine when you said you would never ever speak about it again. Like, the Palestinian people are massively being massacred, and it hurt me as a Palestinian.
You should have sat with those feelings instead of coming on here and projecting it onto me. That's a whole thing about understanding why you feel what you feel before you come on here and bring a video to your 2.1.
I knew how I felt.
Yes, and you were wrong.
About what?
You knew how you felt. And even earlier in this live, you said, I feel like they're still the same thing. You're still not willing to say that you were wrong.
Okay, what do you think I was wrong about?
If you would have let me finish talking earlier before you cut me off and wanted to have your grandstand, I would have said it when I was talking about your actual video.
Okay, you can keep going now.
Anyway, so in your video, you went on to say that we're saying if you vote for Kamala because that's supports our genocide, and y'all are basically coming over and not giving us any alternatives because even you said that you understand that point of view. What is it?
I've given alternatives.
What is the alternative?
I've said if you want to vote for Kamala, I would appreciate if you guys continued your advocacy for Palestine.
Well, why would we not do that? Why would we not do that? Why are you centering yourself when we're talking about Kamala Harris because you only focus on Palestine? Because you've had tunnel vision? Yeah. Please stop.
Kamala Harris took millions of dollars from the Israeli lobby.
Okay, and what other politicians have done it? Isn't Donald Trump setting up the United States
Donald Trump
embassy?
is worse for Palestine.
Okay, then what is the outcome that you are expecting when you are telling people that Kamala Harris isn't a good option? What's the viable option? Y'all aren't giving us any alternatives. Y'all are just coming on here throwing dirt on Kamala Harris.
I did give alternatives.
What is it?
To pressure Kamala with your vote by saying, I will vote for you if you make a better policy on Palestine.
And then what will happen if we don't vote for her? If she doesn't follow through,
not to vote for her.
But the thing is, then that means we aren't actually standing on business. We're telling her we're not going to vote for her when we are.
But
saying that she needs to change her policy.
That's not the point.
The thing is, why wasn't anybody pushing this when we thought Biden was running for office? Why didn't anybody do that before?
We were. I was making 20 videos about Biden.
And guess what? She just came up for the candidacy. And then as far as finding another option beyond Biden, beyond Kamala,
I made videos with
what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing to make a change besides saying put pressure on her? Okay. If that's not working. The election is 3 months away. What do y'all want us to do as Black Americans when y'all are coming into our comment section and you're saying it's not Palestinians, but you jump right on that boat?
What we need to not do is say we, because I never told you not to vote for Kamala Harris. I told you if you want to vote
that I should understand why they wouldn't want me to vote for her, which is the same as telling us not to vote for her.
I think you should understand why some people don't want to vote for her.
I understand that, but guess what? Y'all don't get to take y'all reason for not voting for her to put that on us.
But then again, don't have to vote for our own rights. Who is y'all? Because you're saying y'all as if I said that.
You literally said Palestinians. You said you weren't speaking just for yourself. You were not speaking just for yourself. So that's why I'm saying y'all. Why don't you understand that? That's why I'm saying y'all. You're so hung up on the word y'all. You sound just like racist white people when I say y'all. What? Exactly what the fuck I just said.
What? Dude.
I don't care. Dude, I'm not racist. Please be quiet.
I feel like this is like getting to a place that it was never supposed to get to.
Yeah, because you should have never brought me up. You probably thought it would be sweet because I was a small content creator and you have 2.1 million followers and you're over there talking shit, kiki and cockeying.
Dude,
the only reason I came over here is because somebody let me know that you were talking about me. I don't follow you. I don't keep up with you.
Don't.
I never saw your face before I saw it yesterday.
That's not a diss to me.
I don't care. I'm not trying to diss you. I'm letting you know that I did not know you existed. Yeah, I did. And I stand on that, you bug-eyed hussy. What? You think I'm going to take it back? I meant it when I said it.
Listen.
I meant it when I said it. I meant it when I said it. I'm not going to take it back.
You're asking me what alternatives I've given you.
Yes. Go ahead.
You're asking me what alternatives.
Go ahead. Tell me the alternatives besides y'all coming into our comment sections and telling us that Kamala Harris supports your genocide. Go ahead. I'll be quiet.
Thank you. One.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, letting me speak in this. One, I never told you not to vote for Kamala. Saying y'all is not fair because I made so many videos about voting for Kamala. Two, I have interviewed a lot of third-party candidates. At this point, third-party candidates are no longer an option, in my opinion, right now. In a swing state, I don't think a third-party candidate is going to make sense right now. So I'm like, okay, after I interviewed a third-party candidate on here 4 hours, advocated for someone who is pro-Palestine, who is pro-Black, obviously. After I realized that's no longer an option, I was like, okay, let's find another solution. Agree that Kamala is not the perfect candidate. Like, I think
she's not perfect, but we're not looking for perfection. And you even said that Donald Trump hates this. So why is everybody trying to scrutinize the only other viable candidate we have? You literally just said third party is not viable. So why are we over here dividing and saying we're not going to vote for Kamala because of X, Y, and Z? As if that doesn't mean the genocide in Palestine will continue to happen regardless of who's in office. Before Kamala and Biden were in office, weren't Palestinian people dying?
Yes.
So that means that it's not limited to this administration because Israel is literally an ally of the America. They are an ally. So that's going to continue to happen. So what did Kamala do that she's open to this much scrutiny over the other presidential candidates?
Do you know who Netanyahu is?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Kamala shook Netanyahu's hand in the White House. Kamala went on stage and called the pro-Palestinian protesters terrorists. Kamala accepted millions of dollars from the pro-Israel lobby. Kamala and her husband went on a press conference on October 12th and said they will support Israel through anything they needed.
Because America will, regardless of whether or not Kamala is in office. Because America is what I think America is very Zionist at heart, and you know that. So for you to come over here and try to set fire to her feet in order to kind of like divide the vote.
I don't think it's fair to say that I was setting fire to her feet. I don't think it was fair to say I was setting fire to her feet. When I said Palestinians are not going to vote for her because she has done things to the Palestinian community that is not okay. I've said, I literally have videos on my page of me saying vote for Kamala, but it's not okay to say you're going to vote for Kamala and then just absolutely drop the political opinions on Palestine. Like, it's like not okay to be like blindly advocating for Kamala, which I don't think you are doing because
nobody is blindly advocated for Kamala.
Yeah, which I said. But there's a lot of people that used to be pro-Palestine, that used to be really verbally pro-Palestine, that have dropped their support of Palestine for just to support Kamala and to because
I don't think that they are dropping their support in totality.
It really feels like that. As
okay, but the thing is, what is happening right now here? Because you're tunnel visioned on Palestine, but we have to also think about the country that we live in. Where do you live? You live in America?
I do live in America, yes.
Okay, so we have an election that's coming up soon. Don't we have to prioritize that so that we can continue to support Palestine?
Prioritizing for sure, but I also think like when people are criticizing Kamala's, I think when people are criticizing Kamala's policy in the Middle East and then other Democrats are telling y'all not to talk about it, like that is not helpful for this conversation.
Who's telling you not to speak about it? But the thing is, it's a difference when y'all are well, I'm not one of them. So well, it seems like you took your frustration on what you're seeing with other people out on me based off of what you saw in my video. That's what it sounds like.
Well, in your video, I did feel very hurt.
And why didn't you sit with those feelings a little bit longer?
Because you
fully understand.
You publicly made a video. Why didn't you sit with the feelings about what I said in my video?
What, the video that you made after not sitting with yours? I'm talking about the very first video I made that you said hurt your feelings. Is that the video you're talking about? Or you're talking about the ones that followed? I'm trying to figure out what chronological order.
Pussy doesn't really hurt my feelings because we kind of look the same eye-wise.
Yeah, and I know I have big eyes, and I didn't bring up your bug eyes. Somebody else said that you had big eyes. I just called you a hussy. I never said anything about your eyes.
You liked the big eye comment.
I did like it because I thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious.
If I liked a comment calling you a bug-eyed hussy, that would be crazy. I don't care.
I really don't care. I really don't care. You care. I don't.
Listen, your comment saying I'll never speak about Palestine again was upsetting. And honestly, it was upsetting. And honestly, there are a lot of people who share the sentiment that they're no longer going to talk about Palestine because the criticism of Kamala. I made my video.
About the criticism of Kamala, it's the criticism of y'all criticizing us for voting for her.
Who is y'all? That's what I'm saying. It's not Palestinian.
People. Yes. Oh, and the people that were in your comments, you want to distance yourself from the shit show that you helped to create, but
when I said stop giving her hate and when I took down the video.
Oh, at first you didn't even say stop giving her hate because your comment first only said anything about my tone. First you went over there and you was like, and she said, and then you said I'm not a good person and that I disgust you.
I said you disgust me.
Yes, you did. You said I disgusted you.
I'm telling you what I said. I didn't say you're a monster. I said you disgust me.
You said something about me not being a good person. You did question my character based off of one video that you saw based off of your hurt feelings.
Because you said you would never ever speak on Palestine again.
Okay. And what does that mean? That I deserve to be bullied? That I deserve to be dogpiled on? If I decided today that I no longer
do the same thing to me?
If I today, and you have 2.1 million followers. It's not the same.
Okay. And you went on your public platform and said that you would never support Palestine again.
You're trying to make it seem like you're so innocent in this. It's not the same.
I don't think I'm innocent. The only thing that I apologize for is I don't think my video was a productive piece of the conversation, which is why I took it down. But again, I don't think what I said was inherently racist, and I think that's a messed up comment to say about me. Because I didn't make the video. Because you were like in comments calling me anti-black.
Anti-black doesn't mean racist. If they wanted to call you racist, they could have called you black. That means that you have a bias against darker people, against black people. It doesn't mean that you necessarily
But you think I made
racist.
that video because I'm biased against you for being black? I would have rather have made it.
I mean, you didn't even mention that I was black. You just said a woman of color.
I thought black people were okay with being called women of people of color.
No, we're not. We're black.
Well, someone said that in my comments, and then I said, okay, I agree. Like, I won't say that again.
Okay.
I would have loved if this video came from a white creator. I was more hurt that it came from a black person.
And do you understand why a black woman would have responded like that when we're over here trying to fight for our rights? And having someone come into my comments and say, "Oh, if you have that flag in your bio," then I have a bunch of other people come into my comments.
But I just feel like that's an unfair criticism of what's happening right now, because, like I said so many times, that outside noise is not directly from Palestinians.
Then why did you open up with that in your video?
Because in your video,
you couldn't wait to make me out to be a villain. You couldn't even put yourself in my shoes. What?
I have a question for you.
The way you spoke about it?
I have a question for you. Can I ask you a genuine question?
Is it
If I
genuine?
made a video, if someone was her, okay, when I was, I just made my Sonia Massey video. Or no, a better example. I made a George Floyd video saying that white Americans will still try to like claim things on his name that weren't true to justify his murder. Okay? Mm-hmm. Of course, white lives matter people are not dead. All lives matter people are not dead. I got thousands of comments from them being like, saying heinous shit. Heinous shit. And I also get comments from all types of people saying heinous shit. Okay? Imagine if I duetted if I stitched one of those videos and I said, fine, and that was clearly not from a black person. And I'll say, fine, I'll just never speak on black rights ever again. Like, can you see how that would be a hurtful sentiment?
You think that doesn't happen all the time to black people?
But from me. I'm saying from me.
I literally probably wouldn't care because I see it all the time. You personally felt bad about it, and you felt like you needed to make a video about it, which is fine.
You felt bad about it, and you felt like you needed a video to make a video.
And I did. But guess what? It's fine. If you would have at least been honest in your video, no, I don't mind that you made a video. It happens all the time. That's a part of TikTok.
It would be a hurtful sentiment, though. You're saying it wouldn't be a hurtful sentiment?
Okay, if it hurt me, guess what? I wouldn't lie, because I could easily still be hurt with the actual person's words.
But I wasn't trying to lie.
Yes, you literally were. You twisted my words. You twisted them, and then you.
What do you consider support? Okay, what do you consider supporting Palestine except for?
Do you think only putting a flag in my bio is me supporting Palestine? No, you said you would
never ever speak on it again.
I don't have to speak about it. I can repost other people's videos.
What else? What can you do then? You can repost that. You said you would never ever speak on it again.
Okay, and I'm not.
Okay, so how else could you support Palestine if you never ever speak on it again?
Like how I have with my money and sharing and actually supporting the people that are.
Palestinians are telling y'all the borders are closed. The border is closed. Palestinians are telling y'all the border is not open. You give me money, okay, it's still helpful. The border is closed.
Yeah, and when did the border close?
Like a month ago.
Okay, and
what they're asking you. What they're asking you is all we want. We don't right now. All we want is public support. The border is closed. We don't have a lot to do right now. Yes, absolutely donate. But we need people to talk about us and not forget about us. And you said, I will never ever speak about it again, when they are begging y'all. Palestinians that just lost their kids are begging y'all to still publicly support Palestine. Like, I'm not here to argue with you.
And that's what you should have said in your video. That's what you could, like.
That was my whole point.
No, it literally wasn't. Because in your video, you could have said, okay, no, because honestly, when you made that video, what was your intentions? I want to know exactly what your intention
was to make a point. My intention was to make a point that if you can give up your support for Palestine over one person, or not one person, because I think a lot of people were being rude. If you can give up your support to Palestine because a bunch of liberals that are co-opting the movement are being rude to you, then you didn't really care in the first place.
Okay, and in your video, why didn't you have a constructive conversation versus being like, you never was a real advocate? Because that's definitely not going to get what you were looking for.
Like a lot of videos you've made, I was upset. You've made a lot. You say I needed to sound my feelings. You make a lot of videos just upset.
I do.
No,
I do make a lot of videos. No, construction. Why would I need to be constructive? You're saying that the reason you made that video.
I'm saying in general.
I'm talking, in general. Okay, that's exactly what I'm doing. But now I'm going back to you. I'm talking about your video where you're talking about letting it be constructive. It wasn't constructive because
that's why I took it down.
But you said that you wanted to.
That it wasn't constructive. I agree that my intention was never to witch hunt you. That's why I took it down. It was up for like 4 hours. And then I saw the comments being very disingenuous, 4 hours. And then I saw the comments being very disingenuous, and very unconstructive, which is why I deleted it.
Oh, really? While you were liking them and interacting with them?
Yeah, I was interacting with people that were incorrectly saying things. There were a lot of people making incorrect points. And also calling me racist for making a point about you saying you're never going to speak about Palestine again. Like, come on. That's not racist. That is not racist.
I didn't call you racist. And the thing is, no, people were calling you anti-racist because you said, what did you call Kamala Harris at the end of your video?
Mamla. That's her campaign slogan. That is her campaign slogan. She calls herself Mamla.
And the way you were rolling it, like the thing is, you literally went to your video to present me in a certain way. Even the way, like, you were making facial expressions, like, oh, and her.
No, but I'm allowed to say when someone says something mean. Like, that's not, like, I feel like you feel that your video was devoid of criticism.
No, I didn't say that, but you literally lied. It's not above criticism.
What is the difference between not supporting and never speaking about it again? Like, I really want to know.
You literally said, and then she turned and she said, because I didn't say those words. You said them. You could have said what you thought those words meant.
And you know what?
You could have said what you thought they meant, but that's not what you did. You said, she said this. And I don't care about Palestine and all this other stuff that never happened in that video. And do you have your video? Did you say that? Is there a way to show the video that you made that you took down so that we can listen word for word to what you said so that we can go ahead and dissect it from start to finish on what you were trying to do?
I just want to come up with a solution for this.
Okay.
People are saying I'm scared. I'm not scared. I know I'm not anti-black and I know I'm not racist. I would have 1000% rather critiqued a white person who made that video. I did not see one. I did not see a white person make that video. I was more disappointed that a black woman had made the video. And the reason that I came up here is because I'm deeply hurt that people are saying that I've never stood up for black rights when I dedicate everything to Palestine and black rights. If you go on my page, there are so many videos of me doing that. So that is just an untrue and hurtful thing to say. Mamla is literally, I'm responding to comments, so I'm not talking to you. Mamla is literally what she uses to support herself. That's what people call her. What's her name? The host. Drew Barrymore. Drew Barrymore went on an interview, and the title of the interview is Kamala Harris is gonna save us, or something like that. I would like to come up with a solution because I don't want this to be a black versus Palestinian thing, because that was literally never the intention of this. And I never in a million years wanted this to be a hate on hate thing. Like, I was upset that I felt like you just dropped your support of Palestine, because that is so hurtful. And it's like, you don't owe me anything. Nobody owes me anything. Nobody owes anyone anything. I mean, like, I don't think any person owes anyone anything, but I'm allowed to say that I'm upset that people are just being like, dropping their support of Palestine because the pressure or like the heat. There's heat for everything. People are fucking evil on the internet. People are evil on the internet. And the first that I saw, yes, in the beginning, I was agreeing with comments because I was agreeing with them. I still think your video was mean. Like I said, the first I saw that my video was doing more harm than good, and then I was like, I'm gonna take it down. I don't want to deal with it. Like, I don't want this to be like a Black versus Palestine thing. That is so far from the point. And the only thing Trump supporters want in this situation is to divide the Democratic vote. They want us to fight. They want us to hate each other. Zionists are loving this. I realize. I'm like, Zionists are obsessed with this inter-liberal fighting. It's not worth it. So, I want to know what you think the solution to this is. People are saying that I'm backtracking. I have said this throughout the entire video. I don't want this to be a point right now. Thank you.
Okay, so you're looking to me for a solution?
Well,
a solution for what? Like the Palestine versus Black people, or me and you?
No. Me and you. Like, I don't want to beef with you at all.
I literally don't want to beef. I literally mind my business on my TikTok. So I don't want to beef with you. I don't have any beef. We can go ahead and drop it where it is. Just please be mindful when you're going to be making videos about other Black people on your channel, especially when you're centering yourself.
I definitely think I learned a lot from the situation. Also, too, like, I was very hurt with the Palestine sentiment. I don't want you to stop your support of Palestine. Obviously, like, I know people in this live can see why that would be upsetting. Like, I think it's, like, fair to say, like, that's upsetting.
Yeah.
Thank you. But again, I never in a million years would expect it to turn into something where, like, people think that I hate Black people for it. And I'm against Black people. I edited your video because I saw it on my For You page. And in my mind, I didn't, like, equate it at all to what was the outcome of it.
I'm not sure I'm following what you mean.
I didn't think this was going to turn into this.
What did you think it was going to happen?
I thought it was going to be just commentary on it. I didn't think that, I guess, I never intended for you to get slandered. And that's why I took it down. And that's why I never, like, engaged. Like, I saw you call me a bug-eyed hussy. I was like,
I didn't call you bug-eyed. I just called you a
liked
hussy.
the comment that said I'm bug-eyed.
I did.
And obviously that's hurtful.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously that's hurtful. But I don't want any beef at all.
Okay. I don't have any beef. I really don't care about this TikTok stuff. I'm on here just trying to have fun. And then people want to go ahead and come in my comments. I respond how I respond because I like to be hyperbolic. I'm trying to say things to be mean because I'm dealing with a lot of racism. I've been dealing with racism on my TikTok for over a month. So when people are coming and seeing me saying that I'm voting for Kamala, and they're like, oh, we'll take the flag out your bio. And then that comes into a thing of like, okay, if that's what it takes to support Palestine, and you telling me that I can't vote for the person, not you, I'm not saying you, I'm talking
I wasn't going to say
about
that. I wasn't going to say that.
How the situation came to be what it was. And I said, fine, if you're telling me as a Black American that I cannot stand with Palestine while voting for Kamala, I will take the flag down because I do not want to deal with this. I've seen this on other people's accounts where they're being called out by other big creators that support Palestine and are basically tearing them apart. it's fine. I understand that you guys are upset, and you rightfully so should be upset for what's happening to your people. But
Thank
also
you.
understand what we are dealing with and what we're facing.
Oh.
And then the blowback that we're getting from a lot of people that are in the pro-Palestine camp, not even saying they are actually Palestinian
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
but these are people that are your allies that are running around and doing more damage
I don't think they
than
are my
good.
allies.
Well, I mean, they think they are.
I made another video after. I don't know if you saw the second video I made.
No.
I took it down. I took it down at the same time. It was only up for very little, like maybe like 8 minutes. I think, and I was trying to say, I think a lot of these people co-opting this are white. We saw this during BLM. We saw this during every movement that includes a person of color. I think white allies can do more harm than good. White liberals especially think that they're doing something by going on here and harassing people in the name of Palestine. Palestinians never. Like, if you meet a real Palestinian living in Palestine, they would never say any of that shit to you. That's crazy. And I think there's a lot of anti-blackness on this app that I see in my own comments when I talk about black issues. Like, people think Trump went out of office and racism online just died. That's not true. And I think another thing is people think that just because you're liberal, you can't be racist. That is also not true. There are a lot of liberals that are co-opting this movement, even me. Like, I have had problems. There's an organization called Students for Justice in Palestine. A lot of time they're run by non-Palestinians because Palestinians are very scattered throughout America, especially where I live. I have had my own problems with them co-opting Palestine because it feels like it can just be what they want it to be. If they think that it's like we can attack people on the internet for voting for Kamala and telling them stop advocating for Palestine, that is literally the last thing a Palestinian would ever ask you for. Again, I should have mentioned that in my video. I agree with that. That was never a Palestinian, and I'm sorry that you got that, but we don't agree with them. Those are not our allies at all.
Okay. And I know you said that you wish you would have sat with your video, but like, it's just, I think it's a thing of being a bit more mindful about it. Like,
Yeah.
of course, like after this, I don't think that we'll probably speak again, but, you know, wish you nothing but the best of luck over there.
Thank you. And I hope you change your mind about supporting Palestine. I know this is like not the point right now, but that is literally like my message. Like, I'm not here to like fight with anyone. Like, I'm very just care about Palestine.
Yeah, and I understand that, and it probably will stay that way where you can focus on Palestine. You won't be on here fighting with people if you don't take viral moments that you're going to speak about to your account to talk about people, because people are going to tag me, and then I'm going to see it, and
and I know
yeah. So,
and yeah, I think too, it's like, I think in another way that could have been helpful, but I also think like the anti-black sentiment right now is very fragile, and we don't need to be fueling any person to be like more hate towards black communities. Because I don't know if you know like the Moschino Dorito guy.
I've seen the whole thing going around about him.
I don't know anything about him, but I think he made a horrible take about Kamala being a cop and relating it to Sonia Massey, which is like actually atrocious. And I think people are I think I should not speak on anything negative about anything dealing with people of color right now when racism is, I think, worse than ever since 2020.
Yeah, and it's just a very tense moment in history.
It's a tense time. It's a tense time. And I felt so tense too, and I'm sure you did too. Like, a lot of this is rooted in fear. Like, I acted in a lot of fear, like, and I'm sure you acted in fear as well in a lot of things. Like, it's fucking scary to be American. We were dealt the worst cards of any generation.
Well, It was nice connecting with you. I'm glad that we could hash this out. I hope that no one continues to give you any hate, and I hope that the people from your side don't continue to give me any hate, because I just want to have a good time. I'm here,
absolutely.
but I'm definitely not going to let people speak to me any type of way. I don't like that, or about me in any type of way. I don't think that that's fair, especially when you're such a big follower. You should be very responsible with your following. Even someone that is as small as me, I know the power that my followers have. So you know the power that your followers have. So you have to be even more careful with how you take things onto your platform.
Yeah, and I think like the biggest lesson of all of this is like we do not need to be dragging each other in this right now. Like this is like the Trump supporters are literally like backflipping off buildings that we're beefing right now. No, like I literally thought about it yesterday. I'm like, there's nothing a Zionist wants more than to see a Palestinian and a black person fighting. Like they literally
infighting.
Infighting. Yeah, no. They literally are literally like. Anyway, so I just want to say I'm sorry for what this has caused you. And going into this, I was like, I was not going to apologize. But after speaking to you, I think you are a very understanding person. After like the initial anger was let out, valid.
The thing is, I am a very understanding person. I am a nice person, but the thing is, it's frustrating to come on here and constantly be attacked. And I don't know, like, I'm pretty sure you deal with plenty of attacks on your account, but then to have someone like that has some type of influence, that has some type of authority with their platform, to use it in a way to I don't think you meant to target, but that's exactly how it turned out. To where,
and once I realized that, I did take it down because I was like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
And also too, like I guess like I've been an influencer for 7 years. To me, like I get attacked like that a lot. Like a lot. I don't think how that's gonna affect people who aren't influencers. Like in my mind, like I didn't realize like this girl's like, you're not like an influencer. You're just posting, like you said, for fun. Like you want to share your opinions and have fun. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was dangerous. Like it's not a helpful thing. Like it's not helpful. And you are, I mean, like, again, like I'm glad we got to a point in this conversation where we can like agree that I think like a better use of my video would have been to addressing the people that were like telling you to like just being like racist and being like, don't support Palestine then if you're going to support Kamala, because they're doing worse, I think, for the movement than this conversation or like our past conversations.
Yeah, it feels like a very all-in.
I said sorry. I said sorry a few times.
Yeah.
So
more times than you planned to.
I really did. I didn't plan to apologize, but after talking about it and after she was like upset, like I could see the discrepancy more. So I think it was really important to talk to her. I'm really glad that people were telling me to bring her up. I was really thrown off in the beginning.
Yeah.
So
yeah, final notes.
Final notes. I'm gonna make the video about people leaving Black people alone on the internet, but especially like Black people that are on our side, because that makes us look really bad.
Right. Yeah, it's when you agree with each other, it's like, why are we, like we all agree, we all want the same thing, so why are we?
Yeah.
You know?
And also, to be honest, like,
you're like a mom, like you can't read and think.
I know, and because I have really bad ADHD. Also, in the same breath, it's like Trump supporters don't give a fuck.
Oh.
Oh yeah, guys, like there's a lot of racism and it needs to, like, people think that post-Trump, also my dad's been outside this whole time.
Girl,
I'm sorry. I had to do that though.
Doesn't me.
Something that has become abundantly clear to me over the last 24 hours is intergroup fighting is literally exactly what Zionists and Trump supporters want. Intergroup fighting, be that between the Black community and the Palestinian community, be that between Palestinian allies themselves, be that between Palestinian allies hating on other people for doing certain things, like voting for Kamala, is exactly what Zionists and Trump supporters want, and they love it, and this is going to ensure that Trump gets in office. And nobody wants that. Recently, a lot of pro-Palestinian allies have been harassing activists online who are voting for Kamala, and they're saying things like, if you're gonna vote for her, do not support Palestine. This is very counterproductive. Originally, I understood the sentiment because it can be very frustrating. However, you are just convincing more people to not support Palestine and making them not want to support Palestine. It's abundantly clear that majority of these people that are leaving slanderous comments on a lot of people's pages that are on the same side of them are not Palestinian at all. There is a lot of people co-opting this movement. Now, I've stated that personally, Kamala is not my favorite candidate. And personally, before I was saying that I would not vote for her. But I've said so many times, please vote for her if you want. Like, nobody has the right to tell you can't vote for her. All I ask is that you continue to support Palestine. But these allies make it hard when you tell people you can't support Palestine and vote for Kamala. Everybody loses in that situation. If you came here for drama, you're not gonna get it. I apologize on live today to the creator that I hurt. Never in a million years did I intend for these things to happen or this conversation to arise, but I'm glad that it did because it showed, one, how quickly in-group fighting can happen, and two, I need to be more careful about who I make videos about. Because I do get angry as a Palestinian about things about Palestine, but sometimes it can be harmful to other people. I don't want to say anything else about this. I just want to say, for everybody saying that I'm a hypocrite because I haven't supported Congo, Sudan, posted about Sonia Massey, things like that, it's all untrue. I've posted countless things about Congo and Sudan over on my Instagram. I'm Palestinian, so I do focus more on Palestine, but I would never purposely ignore the genocides, and I raise money for them and have actively raised quite a bit of money for Congo. And on the other hand, and Sudan actually, we did a fundraiser for Sudan. And on the other hand, I posted multiple videos about Sonia Massey on my page, if you just scroll down a bit. I just wanted to put that out there because I have spoken about those things quite a bit. So, I don't want to talk about this anymore. The other creator doesn't want to talk about it anymore. I publicly apologized on live. I never meant to hurt anyone. And I really hope that this doesn't cloud people against supporting Palestine, because that was never my goal. If anything, it was the opposite. Over the last couple of days, there have been a ton of conversation regarding the video I made and the live I did. I just want to say that I handled this in the absolute worst way possible, and I want to apologize. Watching the videos back of the live, I literally saw myself acting in anger and frustration towards a Black woman when that was just not the conversation that needed to be had. And I shouldn't have even gone on live. I should have texted Tori directly and just apologized. But I had a lot of ego and anger about it, and I handled it so poorly. I never ever made the video in Tori trying to pit people against a Black woman, but looking back, like, that should have never happened. Sometimes I forget that my platform has as much power as it does. I've been doing this for 7 years, and I should have known that it would have been this harmful. And that was me. I was ignorant. A lot of my Black mutuals are very disappointed, and I've talked to them and like really understood, this is fucked. I need to say sorry. I am. I did apologize on the live, but again, my ego, it was not a very good apology. The Black liberation movement and the Palestinian liberation movement are so deeply interconnected that this is not the outcome I would have ever wanted. I don't want the Palestinian community to be fighting with the Black community. There are very bad people on the internet who want nothing more than to start drama and to make other people look bad, other Black people look bad. And that was literally never my intention. I fucked up. I'm so sorry. Formally, I'm so sorry to Tori. For anyone who saw that live, I acted very poorly. and was very upset. And shouldn't be talking like that to anyone on the internet. Our liberation is so interconnected. I will never stop fighting for the Black community. And I don't think you're anti-Palestinian if you vote for Kamala. I have no place to tell you who to vote for.